Hi and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I'm Jamie Lee. Today I thought we could do a little bit of a transitional capsule wardrobe edit. So just thinking about those kind of core pieces that will be really versatile and sort of do the most when it comes to maximizing your wardrobe. I've got a few items here. There's a little bit of a neutral color palette, but then there's also a really vibrant and fun piece at the front, which I think is kind of the key to making sure that you don't get bored with what you have in your closet. And I have to apologize about the lighting because the sun keeps sort of peeking through the clouds and then hiding again, but hopefully you'll be able to see everything clearly today. Now, today's video does include a paid for integration with FARFETCH. You'll know that I've worked with them before, and it is one of the retailers that I frequently shop at just because I feel like the selection is amazing and it gives you really incredible access to brands that may not be available locally or a little bit more challenging to find at a local boutique. The way FARFETCH works is they essentially connect you to thousands of boutiques all around the world, in addition to some large department stores, and that's one of the reasons why their selection is so good. And you'll find so many more of those sort of niche, smaller brands on there as well, essentially brands that you won't find at other retailers. And I think probably my favorite thing about using the FARFETCH website is that there are no hidden fees at checkout. So all of the customs, taxes, and duties are included in the price that you see on the product page. So that makes it great because you don't get any nasty surprises, something I'm often faced with when I am buying something that is a little bit more expensive because I'm based here in Australia. They do also have a really amazing rewards program. I've talked about it before, how I have used the level up vouchers to kind of bolster my spending budget on the website. And I also really love the fact that they have a whole pre-owned or vintage section, and they now sell beauty as well. So kind of a retailer that has a little bit of something for everyone. And I do actually have a discount code, so I'm going to pop that on screen now, and I'm going to leave all the details and terms and conditions down in the description box below in case you want to treat yourself to something new. FARFETCH did give me a voucher to put towards these purchases, and then I have spent a little bit more of my own money, but there's quite a lot here and I'm not planning to add every single piece to my wardrobe, so I would love to know which items you think I should keep and which ones you think are maybe not winners this time around. And everything I feature will be linked in the description box below as well too. So let's kind of dive into it and start with this really beautiful punchy tomato red set. Now, in terms of the way I shop on FARFETCH, I either shop by my favorite brands or I will search for a specific piece. This was a brand that I've really been wanting to purchase something else from. It's Sir the Label. I have this stunning navy polka dot dress, which I bought from them years ago. And when I saw this red, which I just think is the most phenomenal hue, I kind of felt like I had to add it to my closet. And I thought this particular set was really kind of beachy, had this sort of tropical holiday feel to it, and you could easily wear the skirt with something else and then the crop top with a different high-waisted skirt or some high-waisted shorts, just for that real burst of color in your outfits. And I find this sort of red, which might seem a little bit surprising that I'm drawn to this, but I feel like it works really well with my personal complexion. So this set is comprised of a bandeau, which has the asymmetrical straps which go across the chest, and then it also has this stunning skirt as well, which has a cutout detail at the side, which you can either kind of wear quite sort of tight to the body or have it so it's a little bit more loose. And I like the fact that the strap is adjustable, so you kind of have a little bit of freedom with the sizing. So because I have a long torso, I did actually choose to sort of fasten this so that it sits a little bit higher up on my waist, so I'm not exposing too much skin. And that's something that I really appreciate about the skirt. This is this beautiful silk file, and it is lined as well, so it's not sheer at all. And in terms of my sizing, I got the size 1, which is the equivalent of an Australian 8 or a size US 4 in both styles. Next piece is something that I would just call a little bit of an elevated basic, and I don't know how well it's going to come up on screen, but this is an asymmetrical skirt from Eero, and I like the fact that the actual skirt here, it's ever so slightly longer on one side than on the other, and then it also has this gathering across the waistband, which feels really flattering. And the actual fabric itself, it is stretchy, almost like this really plush jersey, and I've never really felt anything like it. It feels very kind of luxurious, especially for something like this, which I think can translate both for more casual events or scenarios, as well as slightly more dressed up ones as well. And it does have the elasticated waistband too. This is the type of thing that if I wanted to wear something that was overtly sexy, which isn't usually my typical style, then I would wear it with a strapless top and then maybe an oversized blazer and some little heels. So this one I got in the size 36, and it does fit me true to size. And yeah, this is definitely one that I feel has to have a place in my closet because I don't really have a black mini skirt like this. Next piece is another really good classic staple, and you know that something is good when you purchase it in multiples. These are the Totem, I believe they're called the Standard Jeans, and I have them both in the faded black and the true black, and now I've got them in the white as well. The denim on them is so nice and comfortable. I find that they fit true to size, and I really like the cropped length. It works really well for my shorter length inseam, and yeah, they're just very, very comfortable to wear and a very easy style to throw on. So again, these are definitely one that I feel have to stay in my closet because I've been hanging out to add these to my wardrobe just as I'm really in the mood for a jean that has a slightly straighter leg. And as far as denim goes, these Totem jeans as well as these witchery ones that I'm wearing are hands down my favorites in my closet. So can't recommend them enough. And for me, I find that they are definitely worth the money. They are worth the splurge because I have washed my faded black ones so many times and they still look amazing. They still look like new. There's no deterioration to the little pocket patch on the back here. And I did get my usual size, a 26, and they fit perfectly. The only ones that I feel fit a little bit more on the smaller side are the black pair. They're a little bit more snug, but they still fit perfectly and aren't uncomfortable. So just thought I would flag that in case you've been looking at one of the other colors. Okay, I want to move on to a pair of shoes as I did add 2 pairs of shoes to my FARFETCH order. The first being from the brand 80. Now at the start of the year, I purchased a pair of sandals from 80 and I've been really, really pleased with the quality. I think that the leather is beautiful, they're well made, they're comfortable, and I guess another thing that I've been in the mood for has been a patent leather shoe. This is typically something I will avoid because I have wider feet and I've got a bunion. But these are so unbelievably comfortable that they've kind of changed my mind, and I don't really know what sorcery the brand has kind of injected into the design of these shoes, but they are seriously comfortable and a good one if you want to be able to add that shine element into your outfit from a shoe perspective, but want something that is going to be comfortable on the foot. And these ones do have that detail here with the squared off toe, which feels very kind of modern and now, and I don't know, I like the fact they've got just a very, very low heel, and obviously a really good kind of staple to have. Loafers are classic and are sort of something that I know I will personally wear on repeat, at least until it gets too hot here in Sydney, and then I'll tuck them away for next year when the weather starts to cool again. So again, really, really thrilled with these, and definitely what I feel like I have to have, if you know what I mean. And I did go with my usual size, which is a European 40, and I do have space at the toe. So maybe if you were narrow-footed, you may want to go down a half size. Next item we have here is from another Australian brand, which is Kwon, and I have quite a few of her items in my closet. I've got a beautiful tailored blazer, and then I have a couple of her classic dresses in that really nice, very comfortable ribbed knitted fabric. And I've been wanting to add sort of more of a strapless bustier or strapless top to my spring summer wardrobe because I feel like it's very practical for where I live, and this one just seemed like a really good basic version of that. It's the one I got in a size AU8, and I don't know if maybe I would need the 6 because I do find I'm in between sizes with Kwon's pieces. Because they are so stretchy, you do have a little bit of flexibility on the sizing there. This one has an elasticated band across the chest and around the back so that it won't fall down, so you're not going to be tugging at it or anything, which I really appreciate because I feel like that's one of the downfalls of wearing something that is strapless. It's a cotton nylon elastane mix, so that's what gives it the really nice stretchy factor, and I feel like this is a good basic to have. It kind of goes with everything, and it's the sort of thing that you will purchase once and then you'll go on to wear over and over and over again. The only thing I was asking about the sizing is I'm not sure, because I do have a little bit of kind of gathering or puckering at the back, whether maybe a size down might serve me a little bit better. So let me know what you think. Okay, then we have the Gelso pants from Frankie Shop, and I've been wanting to try these for a while because I've seen so many girls wearing them on social media. I've definitely been influenced by all of the content creators out there who have added these to their wardrobe. Now I ordered these in a size 36, and I do believe that they are a little bit on the large side for me, so you'll see in the cutaways that I kind of feel if I was to remove a couple of centimeters from the waistband, they would sit a little bit higher up and there'll be slightly less of a drop in terms of where the rise lands on me. These are a really nice kind of taupey brown color. They've got a cool tone to them, and they're a tencel rayon wool mix, so a really good option for those transitional months because you do have all of those beautiful natural fibers in there. And I quite like the little detail here on the back which has the cutout. I just think it is really nice, but again, you can kind of see, I think there's a little bit too much fabric across the seat. And of course they are definitely way too long on me, so I would have to get a style like this tailored. So I think maybe this particular style, it's better to size down one. Frankie Shop does run a little bit more on the oversized end of the spectrum, so especially if you are petite, you may find that your regular size just feels a little bit too overwhelming on your frame. But yeah, I quite like the fact that trousers have started to have that slightly longer rise. It feels sort of modern and fresh, and it is something that I personally find works for me because I have a long torso, but if you have a shorter torso, you may find that this is just a little bit too much of a rise for you, so a low or mid-rise would be better. Second pair of shoes are these really sculptural and quite sort of creative, artistic looking shoes from Garni. I was really drawn to the oversized bow, which crosses over the toe and actually wraps up the side of the foot. It creates a really interesting shape and silhouette, and feels really kind of feminine and ladylike, the sort of thing that would be juxtaposed really nicely with something that is a little bit more on the masculine end of the spectrum. Also, the heel is so practical for walking in. It is not only a low heel, but it's also placed in the center, which I find gives a little bit more stability, and it is reasonably thick as well, so you're not really going to feel like you're teetering around on these at all. And I've definitely found that my appetite for really high heels has waned considerably, not just since having children, but since I spend a lot more time at home. There's really no need to be wearing something that is 10 centimeters high unless I was potentially going out. So I thought that they were really stunning and just a little bit of fun as well, something that would really dress up a simple sweatshirt and denim combination. And I got these in my true size, which is a European 40, and they fit perfectly. They don't pull or pinch across the foot at all. They're a really nice sort of a really nice leather inner, and then I think that the fabric exterior has a little bit of stretch to it because it's not pinching, and that's something I often find with fabric based shoes. Now the final item that I added to a FARFETCH order is this one here from Couture, and I've never actually heard of this brand before, but I was on the hunt for a grey blazer and I wanted something that was potentially collarless because I don't really own anything like that in my wardrobe, and I thought it would be a different silhouette to play with. And I'm really into the nuanced details of different elements of clothing, whether it's the rise, whether it is the way that an item falls on the body. It could even just be whether a shoulder seam is cut slightly on the shoulder or whether it has a little bit more of an exaggerated feel. So this one to me felt like a really beautiful option. It is fully lined, and I believe this one was wool as well. And this one is a poly, wool and elastane mix. So it is quite a good option to sort of take you through the transitional seasons, whether you're coming out of winter or about to sort of head in that direction. And I just thought this was really nice. I am wearing this in a size 42, and I would usually be an Italian size 40. So I do believe this one fits a little bit more on the smaller side, but if you can see in the cutaways, it feels like it's sort of tailor-made for me. And again, something that would kind of go with everything. A great one to maybe pair with that little mini skirt, and also the bandeau top that I shared earlier with a little pump or even a flat sandal for a slightly elevated take on an everyday look. So I thought that was just a really beautiful option. So those are the items that I added to my cart from FARFETCH. I want to know which ones you think are worth keeping and which ones you think I should return. So please tell me in the comments. Don't forget I have that discount code, so I'm going to pop those details on screen again, and I will have everything linked down in the description box below in case you want to go and check anything out. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to FARFETCH for partnering with me on this video, and I will see you next time with a brand new one. See you very soon. Bye.